Hello, I will provide a short presentation for my preservation plan. I will go over some key points since I cannot cover in depth the plan since it's about 14 pages long. A preservation plan for the Merlin Center for History and Culture. The Merlin The Merlin Center for History and Culture is encouraging the public to share social media posts, images, and videos documenting people's experience during the early days of the pandemic. The material will be used for a community based online archive. The staff members will work with the public to collect material and display on Omeka, a open source web publishing platform for online digital collections. The current situation. 2 years ago, the institution migrated from an external hard drive to a digital assessment management system, or DAM. The migration is also an opportunity to update metadata to the records as they enter the system. To further preserve the information, it is backed up to an offsite server. To ensure that materials stay accessible, there are regular integrity checks performed, which checks for corruption, erasure, content errors, and malware that can jeopardize accessibility. Performing integrity monitoring allows the staff to identify records that requires correction or replacements so that information remains accessible. Standards for prioritizing projects. The Merlin Center for History and Culture has a plethora of both physical and digital material, so prioritizing what items require or receive preservation is important. The archive team considers authentic or uncommon quality of items, records with high interest or usefulness, physical conditions of items, and items at risk for obsolescence. When it comes to preservation and quality control, specific preservation actions will depend on the source and type of digital content, existing technology, expertise, and growing support. The need to stay abreast on constantly changing technology can be an additional challenge when preserving items. The team regularly performs evaluations of records and copies to detect early deteriorations of existing files and potentially salvaging the information, mitigating degradation. Digital storage capacity. Digital resources must be stored in a manner that is consistent with standard operating procedures in place. This includes technical infrastructure such as hardware, software, network access, and data backup. The standard operating procedure in digital preservation requires creating copies of digital items in both local system and geographical systems. The institution is using the National Digital Stewardship Alliance levels of preservation model for archiving digital material. Using the NDSA levels allows the archive team to identify preservation problems, mitigating data loss, and maintaining accessibility. When it comes to ingesting the digital information and corresponding metadata, they will be submitted as submission informational package and then generate a archive information package to enhance the metadata associated with the digital material. Preservation standards. Digital content comes in a variety of digital formats, and both digital material and analog items are digitized for preservation and access. These content types include moving image recordings, sound recordings, image files, and text files. To ensure long-term access to digital content, the archive will adopt consistent file format standards for preservation master copies of digital content. They are saved in the following formats: AVI, WAV, TIFF, PDF, and JPEG to maintain accessibility. Training and education. The archive team is committed to ongoing training and development of staff in areas related to digital preservation, as well as outreach to inform colleagues and constituents of the best practices for creating and maintaining digital objects. Lastly, by establishing a preservation plan and updating it accordingly, it allows the Maryland Center for History and Culture to continue to preserve and maintain access to historical information for generations to come. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.